Welcome. We are once again reaching out to you to acknowledge and celebrate unique efforts to uplift an array of people in our community. And this year's International Christmas Charity Bazaar is going to be a unique journey towards the end of the year, especially with a range of amazing organizations, trusts, and charities working tirelessly to bring up a selfless vision. Today, representing Indira Cancer Trust, we have with us Dr. Lanka Jayasuriya Dissanayake and Karen Amerasinghe. It's amazing to thank you so much for being a part of this edition, and we warmly welcome you today.
Thank you so much.
And Dr. Lanka, hope reflecting on the trust, maybe we can give a small inside look into what the vision is about and what the journey has been.
It's been a very emotional journey, a short emotional journey for many people. We started the trust in 2016 with the passing away of my younger sister. Her story was carried worldwide and in Sri Lanka because she passed away at the age of 40 years from breast cancer, and her cancer was diagnosed during her pregnancy. And she actually refused treatment at that time, but then afterwards, after the child was born, she had the treatment and she passed away when the baby was 1 year old. Now her story gave a lot of courage to many people because breast cancer is the highest cancer in Sri Lanka and also worldwide as well. So what we did as a family, as soon as she passed away, we came back and we set up this trust, got it registered, and we worked very closely with the Apeksha Hospital Maharagama, the Ministry of Health, and also the relevant professional bodies. So that's the story of setting it up. And our organization, what we have 27 different projects, and we're so happy that ICCB supported one of those events for us last year. And our strength in the organization, although it's a young organization, we have over 700 volunteers. So an amazing set of volunteers, and I'm so happy that Karen is also here. She's also one of the main coordinators of the hair and wig donation program. So that's just and we continue to do the different projects. With COVID, obviously things have slowed down, and certain activities we are not able to do, but everything else we continue to do. And I think we are at a place where if a person has cancer, with the experience and the interaction we've had with the patients, we are an organization that can support a patient, their family, or anybody else who is affected with the cancer. So we're quite happy that we are in a position to do that.
Truly, and it's not just an individual that's affected, it has an effect on the families, the loved ones. So it's an entire ecosystem that we are trying to uplift.
Exactly.
So we, on behalf of many, I would like to thank you for the effort. And also if we can maybe briefly touch up on what projects are currently operating.
Sure. We have mainly 3 projects: the helpline, the cancer helpline, Indira Care Service, and the pediatric care. So under each of these main projects, we have a total of 27 different projects. We have the helpline, which is the first helpline in Sri Lanka for cancer. It's operational every day from 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening. It's a free phone number for the majority of the service providers. And that basically to date, we've had about 50,000 calls, and we get about 30 plus calls every day. So through that, we provide different services, including information, support for children of cancer patients, financial support for cancer patients, then provision of medicines, information. I mean, we get different calls from the patients and their family members. And it's run by a team of nurses who have been trained specifically on this, and some of them also are working in the Apeksha Hospital Maharagama. The second project is a very broad project. So the activities under that includes the hair and wig donation program, which ICCB supported. And we are so proud to say that Sri Lanka has the only continuous hair donation program in the world. And we were actually so surprised that in June 2017, when we started the project, we never thought that it would reach this height. To date, we've had to stop the program for now because we have enough hair. So it has become an amazing it's an amazing journey for a lot of them. And if you ask the people who donate their hair, it's like donating your blood or donating parts of your body. So it's an amazing thing, and it shows how giving the Sri Lankan population is. So it's a very surprising program for us, because we never thought that it would end up like what it is today. So with the hair we collect, we provide wigs for patients with cancer, and that's where ICCB supported. I think this is it's a program which carries a lot of emotions, and I'm sure Karen will also explain to you. With cancer, a lot of patients face many difficulties. So a lot of people are aware of the lack of medicines, financial help, livelihood support, which we also provide through this project. But in addition, when you take chemotherapy, they lose their hair. So hair for a female is not only beauty. I think that's something that must be stressed, because if you look at these ladies, if you speak to these ladies, they are mothers, they are young mothers, they are even grandmothers who can't go out of the house because there is a stigma attached to having hair loss. They also cannot go out because children get frightened. They can't do their daily activities. So in addition to that illness they have, they are basically trapped in their lives. So we want them to get back to normal. So that's where the wig donation program happens. We normally give about 40 to 50 wigs. We get them into the trust. We customize the wig. So they basically get a head of hair which was exactly the same as what they had before. So that's another one. In addition to that, we provide financial aid for livelihood support. We provide medicines. We provide investigations. We've also done Sri Lanka's first relaxation program, which is institutionalized within the cancer hospital. So that's also an amazing program, because again, in our parts of the world, we rely basically on chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and we don't think of our mental health. So it's proven by World Health Organizations that other adjunct therapy like music, art and yoga definitely helps the patient with cancer. So we have regular programs every week in the hospital, but since COVID that has stopped. We also have a birthday program. Again, it's like amazing program. We have around 60 volunteers working on that. Every day sets of volunteers go into the hospital, and if it's a child's birthday, we support them with a gift. A small gift, it's a bag full of, with a few gifts, but you wouldn't imagine the happiness a child. I mean, we get children walk into the trust a few months later saying, my birthday was last month, can I please collect the gift? So it's a tiny act which carries a huge impact. And finally, we also have the pediatric care, where we are supporting the children, again with investigations, medicines, and we do art and craft camp also. So those are just a summary of what we do. And I think one of the essence of everything we do as a trust is that no matter what you give, you must do everything with a lot of love. So that's something that as trustees, as our volunteers, our staff, they all their lives have been touched with cancer in some way. So 80% of our volunteers have had some exposure. So they know what goes through them. So you don't need money for that. You just need a little just to listen to them, talk to them, show them a bit of, it's not empathy also. We always say, please don't feel sorry for them. So you have to be altruistic. I think that's not sympathy, but show empathy, and try and build them up so that cancer doesn't stop them from living. I think that's our main purpose.
Definitely. Thank you so much for elaborating on the efforts behind the trust, and also the special one that is in association with ICCB's wig donation. So it goes beyond a cosmetic purpose. There's a psychological implication. We have to see the big picture, right? So if we can maybe talk a little bit about your partnership with ICCB and how the project is carrying on.
So actually ICCB decided to help out with ICT, also because they do funding with charities, and this was something new for them as well. And having women in the committee and having 12 committee members, they decided to donate 12 wigs, which came into each committee member, which I was told, and they decided to do it, which was in March. And unfortunately, that was like the last, the physical donation process that took place for ICT with COVID coming in, but that didn't really stop us from proceeding, because we still continued the donation through postal donations continued happening. And we hope that ICCB would be a partner with ICT continuously and do help us with it. So that was the crux of ICCB helping out with ICT in terms of, and not just, like you said, their main focus was also not just looking at the cosmetic side of it, but giving women a purpose, giving them opportunity to be able to go out there, be recognized, because most of the women around also do work. They go into their offices, and appearance does make an impact for them, but it was not just a cosmetic purpose for them. And that was one thing that ICCB stressed on, saying it was for them to move forward with their journey.
Thank you for giving us an inside look as to what the effort is all about. And also, this is a very unique collaboration, and it goes beyond just a physical purpose. This is about making better changes. How can those who are watching us right now, how can the community also support this?
One of the things we actively ask for is volunteers, but at the moment, because of the COVID restrictions, we can't do that. The other option is, getting supporting, because of the involvement with ICCB as well, getting directly involved with the wig donation program. We promote sponsor a wig program, where normally a natural hair wig costs about 150,000 rupees. We have hair donations given by the generous people of this country, so we have hair in place. The cost for us is basically converting the hair into a wig. So what we say is, if it's a special day, say your birthday or an anniversary, we get a lot of that, sponsor a patient and, and come and see. I mean, things will hopefully soon, go back to normal. Come and see what you have done. If you are donating your hair with the donation, you also support a patient. So sponsor a wig is something that you could easily do. And also, if there's any information, we have a helpline. So the number can be given. It's 0112 363 211, where you can call us anytime from 7 a.m. in the morning till 7 p.m. in the evening for any further information.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lanka, Jayasuriya, Dissanayake, and Karen Amerasinghe, representing Indira Cancer Trust, for joining with us and bringing light to this issue and bringing new perspective to it. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.